Hi everyone. So let's start with the Leetcode question problem number 567 permutation in string. Given two strings s1 and s2, return true if s2 contains permutation of s1 or false otherwise. In other words, return true if one of the s1's permutation is a substring of s2. So let's go to the whiteboard and see the example. So the example is we have the one string s1 as contains as ab, and second string s2 contains eid baoo. So we have to return b if the permutation of this string is contained in this string, in this s2 string. So the brute force approach would be like remove all the permutations of s1. So we can remove all the permutations like s1, like this is the first permutation, this is the second permutation, but we need to remove this, and just search the permutation in this string. If it contains, we can just output is true. So the time complexity would be much higher. So the better approach would be to remove the frequency count of this string. So a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1, and we have to just search the count in this string. If we find the count, we can just output it. We can just output it as true. So the for this approach, the time complexity would be big of n square. So to optimize it, we can use the sliding window technique. For using the sliding window technique, we will just find the we would just search for the initial element. Like we will just search the frequency count of this element of this and this element, and for only this size s is equal to 2, this contains two element. So we would just search for the frequency map of these two, ab and ei, and if it ab contains in s2, we would just return true. This is the initial uh, searching. Then we would go from the first element, and we would search for the id. If it contains ab in this two element, in this two element, we will return true. We are simply using the sliding window technique of just inserting the two element, because there are only two element in s1, of two element, and removing and also removing one element from the window, and just sliding it uh, like that. So we are just traversing in one pass. So the time complexity would be big of n, and the space complexity would be big of 1, because we are just using the 26 character of integer to store the frequency count. So let's code it out now. We would just find the size of the s1 and s2. And we would define a frequency map of 26 characters, 26 letters. 26 integer, sorry. And we would store the initial count if it just matches the count. For this we will run the for loop if map1 is not equal to map of I is not equal to map2 of I. We would simply return false, otherwise it is true. So here the initial is our, we will run the next for loop starting from 1. We would first delete the element and we would add the next 2 element and we would just insert the next 2 element. We would return if it got matched, we will return the true, otherwise it is false. We haven't got any match. So let's run this and see if there is any error. Okay. Okay, there's something which is Mm. So it got accepted. So here is the problem. I guess like I forgot the base case first. Return false. Now let's run it. See if it is working or not. So it got accepted. The time complexity is big of n because we are just reversing because we are just traversing the array in one pass, and the space complexity is big of 1. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe it. It is much help for me.